Welcome to Satya Skills. In previous video we learned about merchant banks. Now let us look into the differences between merchant banks and all other types of banks. Merchant bank is a financial service institution that carries on varied range of financial services or finance related activities. This is not a bank according to the legal definitions of any banking law. Bank is a financial institution that directly deals with funds. That is any bank. Bank is one that accepts deposits and lend loans to their customers primarily to define as a banker. Example, commercial banks. Thus, merchant banker differs from other banks. Let us look into these. Merchant banking is a recent development and it became necessary after industrial revolution and development of colonial trade. It is 200 years old in banking history. Other banks, banking in general is known and practiced in all civilizations of ancient history, and proofs of ancient banking are available in India, Greece, China, etc. Merchant bank, though is a financial institution, it is a non-fund based service institution whose primary business is to market financial services. That you need to understand. They do not directly deal with finance, but they market financial services. Banks act as intermediary processing units which accept surplus deposits from their customers, that is depositors. Third difference, merchant banks play significant role in capital market. Their activities can determine the trends of capital market. Banks, especially commercial banks and agricultural banks, play crucial role in money market. They are nucleus of money market. Then fourth difference, usually merchant banks are under jurisdiction of Securities Act of the country and are under direct regulatory control of institution that supervises the activities of capital market. Best example, in India it is SEBI. Other banks, they work under regulatory control of respective central banks and banking laws of that country. Then another difference, the intensity, degree and nature of activities of merchant banks are determined by the size of capital market, stage of primary market, nature of secondary market and availability of capital market instruments. Whereas other banks, the nature, intensity of activities are primarily influenced by CRR and SLR in case of commercial banks, by other restrictions of central banks. Capital market activities on these banks are less, whereas money market can directly influence other banks. Then registration of merchant banks with SEBI is compulsory in India. An institution has to register according to the services it performs. In case of other banks, no need of registration for any banks, but they need to get approval from the RBI and also license to carry on the functions. Next difference, merchant banks are international in character. The services they offer are universally same. International markets influence the activities of merchant banks. Example, they facilitate export finance, external financial commercial borrowings, credit syndicate, that is international credit syndication, overseas funds, etc. Whereas other banks, principles of banking are uniform maybe globally, but the nature, size of their functions, their customers vary widely from country to country and also from bank to bank. For example, central banking system in India is entirely different from the USA. In the same way, central bank is, for example, RBI is a bank and then State Bank of India is a bank, but both are different. State Bank is a commercial bank, RBI is a central bank. So, like that they variate according to banks, according to the area where they work. The last difference, merchant banking includes a wide range of activities with a large variety of services. All these services are primary functions of merchant banks. The list of services of modern merchant banks is very long. that I will take up in the next video. Then primary functions of banks are only two, that is, even if you take commercial banks, primary functions, what are they? Accepting deposits, lending loans, that is all. Others are secondary services. That is all in this video.